All right, I'm gonna do a little milling. I promised I'd do a milling video. So it's a maple. My foot up here. It's just a little more than 30 inches wide down there in the butt. I already got the ladder set up. Use my winding sticks. It's flat. I've got 2 mills set up. I've got my 36 Granberg set up here, and these are both going to be the chains that I filed on video the other night. They haven't been run yet, so got 99cc mill saw that we build there. If you want to know what goes into them, just look at my YouTube channel or go back in my search back in my posts. I'm not going to go over it all now because I'm starting to get complaints about some of these videos running along. Got my 48 set up here with a 42 on it, and that will be able to mill through the rest of the part. So I'm going to make my top cut with the 36. 6 inches down, just below my setup boards there, and then I'll pull the ladder off. I'll pull that top off really quick. I'll fire this one up, and I'll make I'm cutting these at 10/4, yeah, 2.5 inches, 10/4 slabs out of this. So I'll make the next pass at that. Maybe I'll make some more later, but this video is going to be kind of long with the 2 passes. I'm also going to show the gas, because that was a question this morning, how much gas to use while you're milling. On a shot like this, the top cut with the 36 is probably only going to use about maybe a little more than half a tank to make that cut. That 48 on the next cut down is probably going to use 3/4 of a tank, I would imagine, but I'll show you when I get done. To end the video, I'll show you how much fuel is in there, so that will answer that question. Those are both topped off, but that will answer that question about how much fuel it's going to use. And I use shingles for shims. Just grab a couple out of here. Anybody who gets mad about me talking, just go forward in the video a little bit, but 4 should be enough. So just standard shingles, and I can rip them in half to make more if I break any, but I can put them in by hand and they stay put in the log. So that's it. Now, I ran those 2 saws about 3 months ago, milling an elm for a customer. That's the last time they've run. They're both going to be cold starts. I've not fired them up yet, and that's it. So I just got to throw my headgear on, and we'll get at it. And I'll probably bring that little auxiliary, so if you wonder if you see me reaching across and throwing a little oil on the bar, throw that on. But those have got the Irish made high output oilers, which are not as good as the new Huztl high output oilers, but they use pretty much a tank to a tank. So I mean, they oil fine. I don't need it, but I'm going to use my auxiliary oiler on the big mill just because I have it on there, and I'll be throwing a couple squirts on with this as we go on the little one. So this looks like about the best setup that I can do for you right here. So you can see the whole thing. I'll be down on my knees. So, and then I'll pick you up, move you closer after the first cut, and I'll show you the finish and so on and so forth. But both are Carlton rip chains. Both are Carlton chains, semi-chisel, they're full house, full comp chains, not skip, and they're both filed at 10 degrees. And if you watch my filing video from the other night, you'll see how I filed them. So we'll see what happens. Normally I let it cool down a little, but it had a good break there just before the end, so it's no big deal. And of course, both of my all four of my impact guns are on a job, so I'm using the drills. Normally I use impact gun. The reason I had to switch drills is because I use a different bit on these. You can't use a Phillips head on the end grain ones or you'll break them. Especially on hardwood. And the drills aren't ideal either. The impact guns will start the screws a lot easier and not strip them out in hardwood. You're just doing pine, it doesn't matter what you use. Going to be some nice looking pieces. They got some nice ambrosia detail in them. This could be a cold start again. So I'll get you a little closer, show you some of the curls I was kicking as it went through the, some of the different grains. Really nice curls. Chains are sharp. That one, the second cut, the chain just felt a little bit more grabby. It was a little more aggressive than the first one, but it was going through a lot more wood. So just gonna put you down for a minute while I take this off and check it out. It looks like it's gonna have some new color in it. Heavy, wicked nice finish. Wait till you see the finish on this. Those that don't want to pay attention to my hand sharpening videos, wait till you see the finish on this log. Holy shit. Wow, beautiful. So again, if you didn't watch my hand sharpening video, I'll say hi to Sid. If you didn't watch my hand sharpening video, watch it. This is the finish on this log. Get my hand in there for scale. And it's absolutely stunning. Smooth as smooth can be. Some beautiful ambrosia color in it. Some nice curly maple through that corner there. But I mean, that's a wicked nice cut. Get the other way so you can make sure the light's not shining on it wrong. I'm not faking it here. You can see where I stopped right here when I cut in. You can see a little mark where it kicked back up again, but I mean, this is smooth. You can see where I stopped when I put my wedges in. As I came around this, so I had to come out around this big knot right here. As I started to pull the saw out, you can see a little bit of chatter mark there, but man, that's beautiful. I don't know I hope this shows up as well as how smooth it is, but so yeah, there's two cuts. That's 10 quarter slab, and I'm just gonna mill the rest of this out at 10 quarter. And I'm just judging, they're pretty friggin' wet and heavy. I'm not gonna be able to move them very far, but see if I can see down. Get a good look down the log to see how flat it is. It's kind of hard because look through the camera, it's kind of hard to figure, but looks like it milled pretty flat. So the second saw that I ran, this saw right here, that's 4 years old. That's my oldest saw. That was my first mill saw build, and nothing has failed on it. Absolutely nothing. This is the second one that I built. This one's just over 3 years old. It would have been 3 years old at the beginning of December. Yeah, so I have 5 of these that I run on the mill. Two are brand new. One I'm just in testing and bugging out some stuff on it, but both are, this was started out as a 36-inch Granberg mill, all Granberg, ordered from Granberg, and I ordered a 48 mil out of Huztl, and after tinkering with it and having problems with it, and again, you can go watch my videos on how I fixed it, but after tinkering with it and having problems with it, I ordered all the Granberg parts. So it's got all the Granberg mounts. This has got Granberg uprights. It's got the Granberg bottoms on it now. This one's got the Huztl bottoms on it, Huztl uprights on it, and it's got all the other Granberg stuff on it. So you can watch my videos on that. So you can build that 48 right there for $200 if you order the Huztl mill and then add on the $70 in Granberg parts to it. And of course I made the auxiliary oil myself. It's just a basic setup, just a piece of PVC with caps on both ends. I drilled and tapped the top of this pressure relief valve, drilled and tapped the bottom for this nipple. No, I didn't. I drilled this out and glued this nipple in, and then these came from like AutoZone. They're just little shut-offs. This one controls the flow rate. This one's just an on and off, and it's just got got a piece of Velcro there holding it on and aims at the corner of the chain. Works fine. So I know that Billy Garland makes a cool setup for those to mount it on your bar. Look into his setups if you're into it. They look like they're really well made. And yeah, that's it. So I'll probably shoot another video doing another cut, but that slab is, I think, I can't remember exactly how long, but so this log was 19 feet. I think I left 8, so I think that one's just over, it's in between 11 and 12 feet long. And so you can see when I get below that cut, just looking down this way, as you can see when I get below that cut, it's going to get out to full width on that 42 bar, what it can cut out there at the end. And then where that big knot comes out right there, it'll be all the way out. So I got to run the 42 on it, or I just run 2 mils and set them both up at 5/4, I mean 10/4, and then just mill right through it. I could do that if I put my 56 on and put the 42 on this mill. That'll max a 36 out all the way to the end on the 42 inch, and if I put my 56 on, I could put my 56 on that and max it out, and I could run 2 saws. But this won't take very long. Maple mills nice and smooth when it's green. If you have a chance, if you have a choice whether to sit around and let it dry or mill it wet, mill it wet. It mills a lot easier wet than it does when it's dry. So yeah, that's it. I'll mill the rest of it. And thanks for watching. Be safe.